watching the latest episode of N1 from the End Zone. Click on the subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 15 with your host, King NPV. In this episode, we're just going to be breaking down the roads to WrestleMania. We're going to be talking about Cody Rhodes, The Rock, and Roman Reigns. And I guess the beginning of this feud was essentially when The Rock came back during day one. He delivered his promo of where he should sit. You should sit at a bar. You should sit near a grocery store. I forget essentially what the line was, but ultimately he said, or should I sit at the head of the table? Cody then went on to win the Royal Rumble. I don't think WWE was counting on Cody winning the Rumble this year and essentially trying to finish the story against Roman Reigns this year. I think it was going to be CM Punk who won the Royal Rumble. Then we get Cody in some other feud between himself and Drew McIntyre, between himself and like Seth Rollins. Or actually no, because Seth Rollins was probably going to face CM Punk, but we get Cody Rhodes against somebody else. But because they went with that audible, they had Cody win because Punk got essentially injured in the match. And Cody right off the bat didn't hesitate. He went straight for Roman because that's who he obviously wants. That's who we all know he wants, and that's who we all, even the casuals, most of the casuals, even the casuals as myself, who hasn't really been following or watching as much wrestling as of late, like I used to when I was a lot younger, but I have because of my podcast now and because I want to be discussing these topics, gone back and watched essentially all the latest episodes of Raw and all the latest episodes of SmackDown, so I can give you guys proper takes on what's going on, or at least the highlights on what's going on within the storyline, because it is important. But yeah, I don't think we were going to get Cody versus Roman this year. I think it was going to be something else, and then we were going to get Rock versus Roman, and then I would think because of The Rock and the power that he has, he was going to put himself over Roman and become the Universal Champion. And that shouldn't really surprise anybody. Like, I'm a huge fan of The Rock. I love his work that he's done, charitable, professionally, cinematically, even in the wrestling industry. I remember when I was young, going and buying the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment, The Rock documentary that they had at Walmart at the time. I think it was 2008. And oh my God, that's when I became a huge fan of The Rock, because I started watching wrestling after he had left. I was born in 98, so when I started watching wrestling was around 2007, 2008. And then I had always heard, like, I knew who The Rock was by the work that he did on, like, by the movies that he did, and I knew him as The Rock. I didn't know him as Dwayne Johnson at the time, which is crazy. I always knew him as The Rock, but I didn't realize that he was a wrestler until later on when I was a little bit older, and I was like, oh, he used to be a wrestler. And then I saw his work as a wrestler, and I was like, oh my God, he was an amazing wrestler. He was great on the mic, great athleticism, just great overall talent, and his career was sadly too short, but we've had him come back a few times and we've had excellent matches since then. He's definitely lost a step in some of his return matches, but he's still excellent on the mic when he is comfortable, and he's been doing it for a while. And I say that because The Rock's return on Monday Night Raw day one, I believe, I genuinely thought it was flat. It was great to see him come back, but the delivery of the promo just didn't get me as hyped or as excited as a lot of the other stuff that he's done. And I'll be completely honest with you, it left a lot to be desired. Then we got Cody winning the Royal Rumble, ultimately deciding who he wanted to face, and right off the bat, we all wanted him to face Roman. Even though some of the casuals like myself wanted him to finish that story. And because I believe the board had agreed with Dwayne, with The Rock, okay, you're gonna head to be a part of the board, and part of that deal was the headline WrestleMania and all that. Um, they were essentially trying to make Cody pick Seth, and Cody was still gonna pick Roman, but just get him at Elimination Chamber. They were trying to do something finicky where it just didn't make sense. It didn't make fans feel happy or satisfied. And when Cody came out on SmackDown and he's like, I want you, but I want you at the Elimination Chamber. Or I forget. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch that promo or that segment. And then when they cut that segment, posted it online, and it was the most disliked segment in I think all of WWE, maybe all of YouTube history, to be completely honest with you. I think The Rock finally will like realized, okay, maybe the decision of having me face Cody or me face Roman at WrestleMania, it would be a catastrophic, it would be a horrible decision for me, especially now that I'm a part of the board. This could reflect badly upon me and badly upon the company if we go in this direction. So we then fast forward to The Rock doing a Pat McAfee interview and coining the term Cody Crybaby, and giving you and hinting at heel Rock. And then we get the press conference. We get The Rock semi-embracing his the heel turn. Again, up until this point, I believe all of The Rock's promos and appearances have been kind of weak. I didn't feel the Rockness. I didn't, like, if that makes sense. I didn't feel like he was The Rock. If you smash, with The Rock. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel the electrifyingness. To this point, I felt very mild, very cool, calm, very I wasn't feeling it. He slaps Cody. Cody comes out. He's like, yeah, I pick you, Roman, and I pick you at WrestleMania and all this shit. And then when The Rock slaps him and he's like, oh, he disrespected my family, you better do some of this shit. And then Roman, and up until this point, which is hilarious, I haven't really talked about Roman. Roman at this point is looking like Solo Sikoa or fucking Jimmy Uso. In the entire storyline where it's supposed to be Cody versus Roman, it's essentially turned into The Rock versus Cody. Just kind of hilarious. And that's just I guess a term to The Rock's greatness. He is the great one for a reason. I think Roman the entire time, even after that, like, he just looks like The Rock's follower when he goes backstage, and then The Rock confronts Triple H and he says, oh, you better handle this shit or whatever the fuck. I guess Cody wanted to be tough, and then they're trying to involve Seth Rollins into this somehow, some way, but I just don't see it. I guess they want to do a tag team match and then have Roman versus Cody, I guess, night 2. If that's the case, to be completely honest with you, I'm not really excited. And to be even more honest with you, I think it should be The Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania, and the winner of that faces Roman for the Universal title in night 2. And I think The Rock should do the right thing and put Cody over, and then have Cody beat Roman. But I don't think that'll happen. I think they're going to essentially do the tag team match when I think The Rock is going to screw over Roman. And I'll get to the reason why I believe The Rock is going to screw over Roman here in a bit. Fast forward to Monday Night Raw, where Cody reacts to what The Rock was saying on the Pat McAfee show. And essentially hinting at a WWE potential tag team match with himself and Seth Rollins. Which I don't know if I'm excited for. We're going to see how that storyline develops. I hope it's just Drew versus Seth at WrestleMania, and I hope that's the storyline they go with, and I hope Drew gets the world championship. I think Drew would be an excellent world champion, and he deserves to have a reign with the crowd. At this point, we still haven't had full heel Rock, and Cody's starting to get better on the mic. I think Cody's good on the mic. I don't know why Maybe it's because I still can't believe that, like, I still haven't fully bought in because again, I'm a casual. And like for me, Cody Rhodes is still that kid from like 10 years ago when he was a part of Legacy under Randy. And I saw what he was, I did see some of what he was doing with AEW, and I've seen what he's doing now and how he's the main eventer. Um, but it's still taking me time. I was able to embrace Drew for some reason without a problem, but for Cody, it's still taking me a little bit of time to fully accept that he's in this position now. As much as I want him to be able to finish the story and get there, it's just I've seen him grow, and it's incredible. It's good, great for him. It's still just a little bit tough for me to fully buy into Cody Rhodes as the guy for the company. But that's neither the here nor there. I think he can do it. The way he presents himself, he's definitely carried himself like a businessman. So it's an exciting future how the company is going to be directed under Cody. Then we fast forward to Friday Night SmackDown, where The Rock finally returns, and we get finally The Rock has come back fully, ladies and gentlemen. He fully embraced the heel persona. No more mild-mannered fucking Rock. No more polite. No more politically correct. And to be completely honest, I feel like we finally got the real Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The reason why I say that is I felt like this is the most real, like the most authentic version of The Rock. I am tired of seeing Dwayne or go like Dwayne Johnson or Dwayne The Rock Johnson go on TV shows like podcasts, do interviews, and do stuff, and he just comes off like he's super clean, he's super professional, he is the gold standard of what a businessman and what an elite character wants to look like and wants to be. But the issue with that is he's so buttoned up, and seeing him just embrace this full heel character, I also feel like it's a little bit therapeutic for him because he's finally like able to kind of say what he feels like deep down inside, like him, like because we all, especially for him, like you can't be as successful as he is and not have an arrogance and an ego to you. Like again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same man that tried to pitch that the DC cinematic universe should revolve around his Black Adam and Henry Cavill's Superman. His Black Adam, okay? With that being said, like you cannot have that or achieve that level of success like Dwayne has achieved and not feel some sort of way deep down inside. So for him to finally, and that's why I think this promo was so fucking good. He finally we get The Rock embrace the heel turn, going full heel Hollywood Rock, cooking the Utah crowd, and then at the end, after he cooked everybody and said, "If you smell what the Bloodline is cooking," and he's like if you smell, and then he's like, "No, no, 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 no. You do not get to sing. This sing along ended a long time ago." Oh my god, that was just I I finally was excited. I was finally excited to have this storyline and have The Rock back. I can't I feel the excitement right now that I'm thinking about that promo. Ooh, and like guys, you've seen this episode. I was calm, cool, collected, and up until up until that point, the promos had been like mild mannered, had been like I wasn't feeling the electricity. And as soon as he embraced full heel Rock, as soon as he cooked that Utah crowd, I was in. I was like, take my money, please continue, don't end, don't cut the pro, like just keep going, And then to top it all off, I hope people noticed he held up an L. He held up everybody, like you know how you acknowledge Roman with the one. He held up an L. Now that could signify two things. One, it could signify the obvious, The L signifies he's the leader. That's what that L signifies, that he is the leader of the bloodline. So while everybody else is acknowledging, okay, you're acknowledging the head of the table. That L means he leads the table. So are they all acknowledging The Rock? And if that's the case, is he going to cost Roman the title? Like, I could see them doing. I could see The Rock literally costing Roman the title, giving him a rock bottom at WrestleMania, and so yeah. Oh Lord, the possibilities are endless to how this storyline is going to end. But I ultimately think what's going to end up happening is they're going to go into WrestleMania. You get night one, The Rock versus Cody. Winner of that faces Roman. And if Cody beats The Rock cleanly, Reigns versus Cody. And then because The Rock would feel some sort of way losing to Cody, would The Rock essentially, because maybe he's full heel or whatever, comes out, rather than go after Cody, Rock bottoms Roman, hits him with the people's elbow, Cody wins the title. I'm just saying the possibilities are endless, and I'm excited to see where this goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, Elimination has occurred, and Cody Rhodes has issued a challenge to The Rock to face him anytime, any place, anywhere. I'm assuming that anytime, any place, anywhere is going to be WrestleMania Night 1. Seth Rollins is going to be entering his storyline with Drew McIntyre going into WrestleMania now. They are not going to be doing, I think, a tag team. I hope that's not the case. I hope we get that one-on-one versus Cody and The Rock in Night 1, and then we get Cody versus Roman Night 2. And I'm assuming there's going to be some interference where Rollins is going to have to come out, and then Cody finally finishes the story and becomes the WWE champion. They keep pushing Cody, like, for example, at Elimination Chamber, after Seth Rollins curb stomped Austin Theory, they played his music, and then they cut to Cody's music, and Seth Rollins is the World Heavyweight Champion, so they're really building up Cody to be the guy, and I'm assuming that we're going to get that. Guys, you're watching a Shady Mob production. Make sure you follow the Shady Mob podcast, where we break down all of our favorite content and talk about life. Please make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Moving on to empowering with positivity. It is normal and natural for humans to be ambitious and always want more. Appreciate the life you have been given, because if you're alive today, you are a winner. Sometimes people forget that, and when they go through the struggles of life, it may even hit rock bottom and lose everything. You should never give up hope that you can regain and rebuild what you have lost. You won the fight for your life. Have a dream and set a short-term goal, or have a dream, set short-term goals so that you can also win in life. Guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Some announcements. Please follow, like, subscribe to the Shady Mob podcast. Go watch A&A Radio with Alex Angelov. Guys, we are in Shady Mob Productions. My podcast, Alex's podcast, is under the Shady Mob Productions banner now. Enjoy the content. We appreciate you guys for watching. Please, guys, I can't stress it enough. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, share these videos with everybody you know. You guys can follow my podcast to make some money with my picks. Listen for some positivity, and a lot more stuff is coming, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You just watched the latest episode of Anyone from the End Zone. And stay tuned for more content, guys. I love you guys. Stay safe. We will be back. Have a good one.